The best part about mobile gaming is that it's an ever-changing space. A new month is coming up and that means a lot of new games. Hey folks, I'm Sarah, and today on Android Tools we're going to be counting down our top picks for the top 10 best new Android and iOS games of March 2022. Most of them are free, some cost a few bucks, but all of them will keep you entertained at home or when you're out and about. So without further ado, let's get started! Starting off at number 10, we have Eden Zero Pocket Galaxy. This is an action RPG based on the anime and manga in which you'll see players engaging in hack-and-slash combat with characters from the manga, such as Shiki, Rebecca, Weiss, and Homura, among others. Your journey will take you through the original story and will feature iconic scenes from the manga. There are over 100 costumes for you to collect, including some exclusive and original designs by Hiro Mishima. Elsewhere, you can combine different pieces of equipment and skills for each character, alongside customizing special abilities known as Ether Gear. The game uses a resource known as EG as its premium currency. There's no gacha in this game, so instead of relying on RNG, you'll purchase whatever you want right away. Moving on to number 9, we have Bladed Fury. Bladed Fury is a classic 2D action game based on Chinese mythology with an accompanying traditional art style and sound design, but with a dash of surrealism added to the mix. Bladed Fury is painstakingly adapted for touchscreens, but fully playable with supported controllers. The game is indeed a truly exceptional experience with fast gameplay, a high-octane combo system, and a wealth of ancient monsters and deities to slay. Play as a Chinese princess who must fend off opposing clans in order to reclaim her realm. Players will hack and slash their way through this stunning side-scroller, avenge the father's death, and restore respect to the family. Combat is more interesting thanks to the innovative Soul Silver system, which adds depth and adjusts the pace. Coming in at number 8, we have Gladiators. This is an action RPG that's based on survival game mechanics and city-building aspects. The game starts with the player being a fugitive from Caesar's army, and will get to venture deep into the wilderness of ancient Rome. In the game, you'll get to free slaves from cruel soldiers, explore mythic secrets in barbarian and uncharted lands, and build a city of free surviving men. This game comes with a lot of features such as active combat, where players will get to experience free movement and hack and slash at its finest. You'll have to craft your weapons and armor from what you have gathered, and then slay the King's Legion and conquer the Roman Empire in the game. Next up at number 7, we have Gibbon. Gibbon is a beautiful new 2D adventure in which you swing between treetops and slide down branches like Disney's Tarzan or an aerial skateboarder. It's from the creators of Old Man's Journey and looks similarly gorgeous. I get a heavy Alto's adventure vibe from Gibbon because they're both games where you're traveling through these breathtaking environments and you can barely take a still screenshot from any point in either game and hang it on your wall as art. Broken Rules has taken special care in creating the dynamic movement system in the game, which is based on how Gibbons actually move in real life. Gibbon will feature a story mode as well as a procedurally generated endless mode, and it tries to bring attention to some pretty heavy environmental topics, like deforestation, poaching, and climate change. Down to number 6, we have Legendary Football. This is a football simulator for mobile, which is similar to FIFA Mobile. At the start, you go through a training session and later participate in the first match. As in other mobile projects, the game starts from the second half. Among the advantages, I'll note a nice picture, smooth animations, and rare English comments. The task of the game is to assemble a team of the best football players. Interestingly, Mbappé, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and other football stars were added to the game. Of course, it's not without loot boxes. The project offers several modes: career, real-time matches, rating battles, and casual games. You can choose 2 types of management: simplified and complex. Moving on to number 5, we have Inua. Inua is an adventure game based on the beliefs of Inua, in which we learn about the fate of the 3 main characters living at different times intervals in the Great North. Once upon a time, there was a wonderful polar bear named Nanarlook, who became the subject of a sick ambition of 3 people who decided to hunt her. just to prove to themselves that they're better. However, killing the bear upset the balance of nature. Now, having embodied the soul of Nanarlook, we must restore the natural course of world life. To this end, we influence the fate of 3 human figures living in periods that separate them by more than 100 years: Peter, Simon, and the Mysteries. Next up at number 4, we have Heat Gear. Heat Gear is a racing project that will delight players with an open world and a huge variety of game modes, as well as a large number of car models, options for pumping them, visual tuning mechanics, and other elements that help to get exactly what will fully reflect the taste and preferences of gamers on the track. Accelerate at full speed and generally forget about the brakes, because it's allowed in the race. Forget about many restrictions and start getting high from the received emotions, making incredible stunts during the races on the tracks. In total, the game has 9 interesting modes that you can get to know better: split, chain, drift, escape from the police, and many others. Coming in at number 3, we have I'm Ping Pong King. After intense action games, sometimes we need to break with a game of sport. Table tennis is a fairly popular sport all over the world. Certainly, it can't compare to football or basketball, but this game is still popular because it only requires 2 players and doesn't require a large area. In this game, you can become the king of table tennis after defeating the world's top rivals, and of course, that's not easy at all. The gameplay is simple. Your table is divided into left and right halves. If the opponent hits the ball to the left, you touch the left side of the screen to hit the ball and vice versa. So until one of the 2 miss the ball, the other will win. Next up at number 2, we have Haunted Laia. This is an adventure puzzle game from Dark Dome Studio in which you'll help the main character find her family and sort out the complicated story. According to the plot of the game, the family of the main heroine of the story, Laia, moved to the new town of Hidden Town. But as soon as they were there, strange and inexplicable things began to happen in their new home. On the way to the solution, you'll solve a variety of puzzles of varying complexity and gradually reveal the storyline. Collect hints and restore forgotten memories, as well as find various useful items by collecting them in your inventory to then use in further puzzles. And finally, at number 1, we have Spider-Man Open World. This is a cropped version of Marvel's Spider-Man for Android created by enthusiasts. They openly admit that this is an unofficial version and it can't be compared with Marvel's Spider-Man for PlayStation. You'll have the opportunity to move freely around the city both on foot and with the help of the web. The first and last task is to stop a car with criminals by throwing one through the window and stopping the transport with 2 hands. I'm glad that the developers have added musical accompaniment and groans of Peter Parker from the version of Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. The same can be said about the animations of the character and his model. That's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and a big heart from me to those who've already subscribed to our channel. But if you're not subscribed yet, it's a great time to do so. You can also check out the last video, Top RPG Games, and with all that, I'll see you guys next week in my next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and don't stop watching Android Tools.